Yeah. Welcome in, everybody. It's Paint with Josh. We're back in the studio, round 2 for you tonight. 2 times a night. Did you know we did that? 2 times a night? Am I crazy? I just might be. But you guys demand more shows and more shows and more shows. So let me tell you what I'm doing with this guy right here. We're taking a little bit of our liquid white and we're covering our white sections of our canvas. We've already taken our black section of our canvas and covered that part in our liquid clear, or linseed oil works as a replacement. If you don't have the liquid white or the liquid clear, you can use linseed oil. There's nothing wrong with that. Whatever you got works just fine, right? My very first time, you know what I used? Olive oil. Literally olive oil, because I knew it would stay wet while my paint, and it would allow my paint to kind of slide and move around. So even with olive oil, you can get some cool stuff done. But we got to take this liquid white. It looks just like this, right? Nasty old jar, and it's very runny and very wet. And that runny wetness allows our kind of more firm, dry oil paints that we use, our big, nasty piles, allows them to slide around our canvas a little easier. Now, we don't want to get our white up into our black section, right? We don't want to do that. No. My dog. Don't want to do that. So, that's why we put our clear up in there, right? And we can allow our white and all that stuff to blend and move around and slide, and all of our brown colors for our sand. And all we have to do is really scrub it in. Right? Scrub it in, and that way we know we've got a little bit on the bottom, a little bit on the top. We'll be all set to go. Now, you gotta tell me where you're watching from. What's your favorite sandwich as we get started? Even though I'm no longer hungry, I had some dinner this evening. Right? Still want to know what you guys are eating. So, what's your favorite sandwich? Let me know. Tell me where you're watching from. And I think we're going to throw down just a gorgeous little sunset on this sweet little canvas. I think we got enough colors to make a cool little sunsetty sky. Our canvas looks wet enough. I think we'll be all right. All right, let's switch to a smaller brush just to dump on some color. We don't need a whole bunch of the color. We just need a little bit of it. We'll get a little bit of our Indian yellow first from the Bob Ross set. Let's say we throw that guy right out here. Now, watch our little lighthouse stay nice and bright, or nice and dark anyway, as that bright color paint goes right over the top of it exactly how we wanted it to be. And that's that acrylic black gesso. It's the same thing as right here, right? If I were to put the yellow over the black, you wouldn't very much see a difference, because that yellow is very transparent, versus this yellow ochre, is very kind of opaque. As soon as you put it on that the black part of the canvas, you're gonna tell. You're gonna see it happen and tell the difference for sure. Just a little bit of a browner, softer, little yellowy, sunsetty sky. Let's get out into this Meaden Madder Carmine is the name of this color. Sort of a new color they're bringing out. They're getting rid of the crimson color that they had before and replacing it with one of 2 colors, either this Madder Carmine or the permanent red that we also have down in the box. I kind of prefer the Madder Carmine. It's a little bit more similar to the crimson that we're used to using. Right now, let's go into, you know what, we got that further away sky. Let's go into the brown. I love a good old brown sky. Now, this deep dark brown looks almost black, right, on our palette. But when we put it up here, especially with all the other colors on our brush, and we start to intermix it and blend it down, and get some of that red and crimson to mix over into it, oh, it's just gonna look fantastic, just excellent. And it's not even dark enough for me. I'm gonna add a little bit more of our just Bob Ross black. Just that midnight black right over the top of our darker brown color. Very cool looking little sunsetty sky out here. Now, these are just some dumped on colors, right? We have to go back and blend all these colors out. And with the size of this canvas, I'm gonna step in front of you guys just for a second while we get our little edge mostly finished up. Right about to there, and then we'll go back with our crimson once we get that onto our brush. Now, let's switch to a bigger version the same brush as the Bob Ross 2-inch. It's about to get thrown away for how beat up this poor little brush is. Let's come into our lightest area first, and we'll start crisscrossing back and forth, kind of dragging some of the two yellow colors together. Not necessarily trying to bring them all the way down. Right? We don't want the yellow to necessarily get too much into our oceany scene just yet. Okay? Just focusing on our sky. Maybe grab some of that pink color, start to intermix that back towards the yellow. Right? That way we're not kind of having these lines out in our sky of color. The more that you paint that you put over that little lighthouse, the harder and harder it's going to get to see. Which is why we left our dark side on that side versus on this side, right? A little bit of this color. Now that we've got it onto our brush, we can get it onto the top. We can blend it out. We can put it over here. And it's going to be gorgeous, you guys. Now, let's get into that deeper darkness and watch how far it wants to spread as we get it out here. Get it onto our brush. There's not a lot of room on our little canvas out here on this scene. So our darkness is going to want to grow and grow and grow. And how far can we get it to grow? All the way across if you want. You know what I mean? You want to keep it over here nice and steady. You want to have it blend in a little further on the bottom maybe, perhaps. Right? We get to choose what it looks like out there. And the more and more we work at it, the more our color is going to go down into our little bit as well. Right? Once we work some of that brightness, just a little touch of it down onto our sea back there. Further over here, it's going to be a little bit darker, so we can have a little bit more of that yellowy color. But the more that you blend this guy out here, especially with that crimson-y bit, the less little lines that we're going to see, and the more soft little bit of craziness out here. Woo, baby! I like that. Now, that's very cool, actually. What if we did... What if it just so happened to be just a little spot of a sun out there? I can just see it in the brightest part of that sky, which to me looks like it's about right there. Right? That's where we're going to pop our little sun. So we're going to take our little brush, plop it flat against it, turn and rotate. Boop! And have a cute little blink of a sun right out there into the brightest part of our sky. Gorgeous, you guys! Oh, I like it. I like it. Man alive, they say. I don't know who says that, just they say that. We're gonna get over here now. Now, I like this kind of brightish color on my little sunset-y sky out here, but we need to have a bit of blue and a bit of black in our faraway oceany bit. So a little bit of both colors onto the Paint with Josh 1-inch brush, so it's very thin. And maybe way out here, we can start chucking in a little bit of that color and letting it work its way towards our bright area, right? Very soft, a little bit of blue, just right underneath it like that. Perfect. We don't need much more than that, honestly. Honestly, any brighter than that is going to cause an issue, and any darker than that, and we may not even see it. I like that color right there, especially as it mixes in with this bit of yellow, turns a little greenery, just like it would out onto the ocean, guys. It's fantastic. All right, let's get our liner, our palette knife. What is this thing called again? It's called a palette knife. Ah, thanks for telling me, because I forget. We're going to get out here, flatten down some of our white paint. It's very flat, right? Lots of pressure pushing on it. And then we're going to come out, snake up a little piece of that white, just out here on the edge, not a whole huge amount. And let's say we came from way back here, starting it back there, get it rolled up. They don't have to be the most perfectest of, straightest of things. And we're going to work some of that color back above the white line, not below it. Work it above the backside. I've found this out the hard way many times. Right? Work it back, work it back. Remember, our ocean can be darker and darker and darker the further away it gets. It doesn't all have to be super bright. Right? Back there, over here, a couple little bits out in the night. Look at that thing. It's already coming in towards us. Right? And we got our whole another section down in here. Got a little close up there. Then we streak back a few more little things. Trying not to go too far down. Go above that little bit of water back there, right? Now, we don't need such a huge bit of a shadow on a lot of these guys, so we can work in a bit more white, adding a little bit more action, right? You don't need all those crazy crashers out there. Filling in little tiny bits at a time gives us cool little things that start happening out here, right? Now, this guy, We don't need them to be very detailed, right? It can be a little bit more hard to see. As we get closer towards us is where we're going to have more of our disconnections and having our color kind of break backwards, almost connecting at some certain spots, right? Pushing on a little harder, dragging it a little further as we go, right? Just whipping it out there. A little bit of craziness. Nothing to it, guys, right? What is that crazy little sea foam out there? Now, that we're down to about the edge of our spot down here, we need to start deciding where our beach is going to land, right? And since we already have that brownish color out here, we're gonna go a little into our dark sienna brown, which is a little lighter color. Just a small bit, a little bit of our deeper, darker Van Dyke brown color. Go right up underneath our little bit, right out there. Right? You want the darker brown as close to our water as possible. And the more that we push on this guy, the more sandy bit is gonna erupt out of nothing, right? You can see how much white paint is actually on the canvas. All that white is gonna help our dark color get lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter, right? The more we go, the closer you get to that water line, especially being able to go out to the ocean out here in Oregon, the closer you get, the more dark it is because it's more saturated with that water. And the further and further and further away you get from it, the harder it is to walk on for sure, and the softer and more white sandy beach you get, right? So, you get to decide what you want your beach to look like, of course. Not up to me, I'm just saying, just giving you a little bit of heads up that you might want it a little bit darker, right, as you get down onto your edge of your water. Right, so get that darker paint in there, work it in. The more you work it, the more it's going to want to spread and become lighter and lighter and lighter, right, which we necessarily don't want to happen. So, let's take a little bit of this color if you can, stretch it. Not going to see every single bit out there. And grab up a little piece. What do we got going on over here? A little piece of white, just very light little thing. We'll start dragging it out onto our sandy beachy bit. Now, we don't necessarily have to fill back so much room on these little guys, right? Not every little piece has to be seen out there, and it's all coming in at a different rate of speed. So they can be a little bit crazier on some of them. You can be a little bit behind, you can be in front, you could be down here, you could be up there. You could be wherever you want to be, right? All up to your own eyeballs in what's happening out here on your sandy beach as your little bits of water are tracking and trailing and coming from the ocean and sliding back and going here and going there and pushing a little harder sometimes a little less hard, right? All up to us. Now let's see if we can sneak. I just wanted to get just maybe a little bit of like yellowish brownish grass way off in the distance, so we can get a little of our yellow ochre and a little of our brown color. Not too much of either. Maybe we can start sneaking in way back here. A little bit of grass on them hills, just far away. Over here, over there. Just little things in. Dragging it down and around, leaving a small little gap is all we need. Just a far away little bit of grass on some far away hill out there in the night. All right, the more closely we get in here, the more we can deposit all that paint. Just literally blend itself right away. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. Now, let's see. I want to make my beach look a little bit more wet. Doesn't look very wet out there, right? It just looks like water on dry sand. So let's get a little of our liquid white and the smallest bit of our titanium white. You want more liquid white than titanium white in this case. Right? That way it'll be super runny and stuff. So we come out here, kind of attach onto some of these guys with that liquid white stuff, and don't worry about what our lines look like. All they're out here to do is make our beach look a little shinier, right? So we're just picking up some of that liquid white paint with our titanium white, depositing it down, because all we know is that we're going to come in with our brush and really pull down on it, right? Come in here, grip it and rip it, pull down, pull down, pull down on all that real crazy wet liquid white stuff that we had in there. Right? All of that stuff is going to make our beach water, or our beach sand, look much wetter. Right? As you kind of see that little glare, that sheen coming off the water. Is that not amazing? Literally amazing. Just by making our canvas look a little more wet. And we come out with our bits of our water, dragging them around, dumping them off, little pieces on the sand. Not everything's going to be perfect, but as long as you have that wet, watery look to it, wherever you put something is going to look awesome. Deposit it, shake it back, pull it over here, some on the knife over there, scrape it in. Right? Not everywhere is going to be the most amazing of all places. Woo! I like that. Very wet, very sandy looking beach out here. Just the wet and sandy, that's what we should call it. So, speaking of calling it something, you guys have to come up with a title for this painting out here and what we're going to name it, right? Since Cosmic was the one that grabbed it before anyone else had a chance, because it had a lighthouse in it. Bingo, bango, that's fantastic right there. You guys got to start coming up with a title for it, right? Now, we're going to really cake on the rest of our brown. Right over here. Try to get some of those little skin bits come off the top. There we go. Cake on the rest of our sand. Don't want to over-mix it too much to have it look too much like our wet sandy bit, right? And then we'll go throw our sand in. It's going to be amazing. A little bit of black as well, just to help it look a little bit more depthful as we get further away. Just a little bit. Little here, little there. Right? And you can have your sand looking however you want it to look. Right? But the more and more you mix on those little lines, the more they'll go away, disappear. Okay? Now we got to come out with our darker brown over here. A little touch. Can we get the skin to come off of that top too? Hey, look at that. Just scrape it into the garbage can over here. What a professional. Over here, running it through. Getting it all crazy, man. It's all crazy. We're all crazy over here, dude. It's crazy. Now, this is just our background color for when we're going to spray in our sandy bit. Right? When we get that sand spray and all the... Oh, it's fantastic. Just epically fantastic. So, you guys are in for a treat. Let me tell you. Let me tell you something. If you've never seen it before, you're in for a treat. I'm going to make this side a little bit darker with our deeper, darker brown, and then we're just going to rub it in and stretch it out and see how far we can get it to really go with that pressure. You see how far? I put it way over there. Still stretching it over to this side with our pressure based off the amount of paint that's on the canvas, how much pressure we have, and practice, of course, the last P of Paint with Josh. Oh. 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 Oh, I like it. I like that, they say. Isn't that what they say? Gorgeous. You know what we forgot to do even? Throw some clouds in this sucker. I mean, honestly, it doesn't even need them. Look at that blend on the sky, though. Oh, wow, I know, me too. Me too. Me too. Tyler Bradford's here. What's happening, Bradman? The Bradman. The Bradman of Tyler Bradford's is here. He's with us. He's checking it out. He's answering your questions. He's the man. Man, look at that scene. Oh, baby. That's a cute one if you ask me. Just if you're asking me. Now, here comes the most funnest bit of all. Right? This is the sandy technique. I hope you're paying attention. Honestly. If you're not paying attention, then I'm not going to be able to help you. All right? Just won't be able to help you. So this one's already gone donezoed. You can't get at it. You're too slow. You're too slow, man. There's more over on PaintWithJosh.com, though. If you go check them out, there's a few over there. We're going to get into our two brown colors right in here. PaintWithJosh.com. The best of all website. Oh, there's the rest of that skin. Haha, we found it. I thought I dropped it on the floor. Now, right in here, we're going to deposit all that darkness along the side. Let's start over on this side. We'll start flicking off little bits, right? And depending on how much of our odorless mineral spirit, paint thinner stuff we have on our brush will determine the size and how far you can go with your little spray bits, right? You never want to have too much. You can always go back and add a little bit more, right? Make your paint a little bit wetter. Get your brush wet again, come along the side, deposit again, and then go back through and start flicking on again and again and again and again, anywhere that you want it to be. Excellent. My goodness, I'm so surprised I did not just get paint all over my shirt. So surprised. A little bit more of our odorless mineral spirit cleaner. That's all it is. It's the stuff we clean the brushes with. All right, come out here onto the edge. Start spritzing them on. You get to decide how thick you want them to be, right? Or how condensed you want them to stay. Just like that. The more and more and more you do, the more it looks like sand. But we gotta start changing colors. We can't just do one color over and over and over again. Now, even though it looks very similar, we're gonna go into our black, because it is a little difference out there in those little dark spots. We're gonna start chucking in bits of black. Just straight up Bob Ross black with our odorless mineral spirit cleaner. You have to have enough of the cleaner, right? Enough of the paint mixture onto your brush in order to get it to fling off correctly. Too much, you're gonna have really big globs, and not enough, and you're gonna have little tiny guys that don't wanna come off your palette, right? Gotta have just enough. Get it in there, toss them in. Now, what color comes next? Anybody out there in internet land know what color comes next? I'll give you a hint. It's not red. It ain't red. That's what's not next. So, what color comes next? And where am I getting this purple on me? That's my question. Excuse me. Goodness gracious. All right. Anybody know? We did dark brown, then we did black. Oh, we got white. So that comes last. So what comes next? It's not white bits. Not the white bits. We're going to go with some yellow bits. Especially on a sunsetty sky. We got to have some yellow ochre. Turn it real watery. Almost like literally watercolor. Right? Really watery. Get it out here on the edge. Start from the edge again. Start popping them off. You may not see them initially, right? But the more that you do, and the more that you look, the more you're going to see those little yellow spots as well. And they really add just a touch of gorgeousness. Just a touch of gorge. Oh, geez, that's a lot. We got a lot of paint on the brush over here, guys. We got to be careful that we don't throw off any huge globs when there's lots of paint and lots of drippy, runny thinner. And we're in danger of dumping off too much. Right, so we gotta be gentle. We'll go back, gotta load it up again a little bit. Come off the edge, flick off a few more. Gorgeous, guys. Oh, the sandy bit. Now, here's the best part. Gorgeous. Thank you, Tyler Bradford. I appreciate it. Okay, here's the last piece of the puzzle. Our liquid white, just all by itself, right in the same spot. Okay, we come out here, we're going to start flicking off little white, little seashell bits. Maybe they're bits of reflection off of the sun hitting a watery piece of something on our beach. And the more little white bits that you fling in there, right, different sizes, the more it starts looking like little sand. Oh, it's fantastic. Now, a lot of times it doesn't just go with our one, you can't get it done your one go, especially just with our other colors as well. You got to come out and start flicking in little pieces. And the more that you flick on there, the more and more and more, right? You get to decide when it's finished. Only you are the one that just says, okay, I'm done. Right? Back up, take a look. Ooh. Ooh. Ooh, it's looking good. Oof. It is looking good, you guys. Get out here. A little bit more. Few more as you go. You'd see, especially once you start putting on the white bits, then you really start to pick up on the yellow. And you can see those little yellow flicks inside there as well. Up to us when to stop is the question. We don't want to go too crazy. We don't need it all to be white. All right? Bang. Oh, fantastic. Look at that. Oh, man. Cosmic, what do you think? A little lighthouse off in the distance. It's got the windows open. You can even see through it. Thanks, One Rogue Bard. I love it. I love it, she says. It's fantastic. It's epically fantastic. Let's see out here. Oh my goodness. Oh, we just threw some pink out there in the sand too. Oh, I gotta do more. Now I gotta do more of our little crimson-y color. Not too crazy, not too much. Just a couple little flicks. Again, you won't even notice these until you're up close looking at it. Man, that's just not fantastic. The Black Pearl. Thanks, what's up? Appreciate you. Oh, you guys. I dig it. All right, let's come up with a title for it. And I honestly think that blend job doesn't even need any clouds, but we'll leave it up to Cosmic. I could throw some clouds in there. We could do some faraway stuff. We could do some all sorts of things back in here, but I really like it without. It's very soft. Very soft. Thank you, guys. Thank you. No clouds. Maybe we should do maybe we should ask the crowd. Should we ask the crowd? Should we do clouds or no clouds? And don't just say clouds because you want to see me paint clouds. Like, I've got tons of videos on painting clouds. Right? We can all go learn from those videos. I don't think this scene itself necessarily demands that we put clouds in it. But maybe we should let the audience decide. Maybe you guys could run a poll or something. Let's do like a 2-minute poll. Should we do clouds or no clouds? Oh, looks like there's a poll up, guys. Clouds or no clouds? We got no clouds votes. We got lots of no clouds votes. Cool. You guys got 1:46. I got to clean up some brushes. So let us know in the poll. Take the poll. It's like right up here in the top of the screen. Right there. Go find that little poll section and answer the questions. To the best of your abilities is all you got to do. Over here and over there. Remember, we have more of these available on my website, PaintWithJosh.com. You can grab over there. You can over there grab them at your leisure. We've got shirts. All right. We got all sorts of crazy stuff. Hats. PaintWithJosh hats. Literally amazing. Literally the best hat on the market. Also, brand new little pins. We got PaintWithJosh bikinis. All sorts of stuff for summer. Coming out with new tank tops soon. We got the brush line coming out. We got the diamond art kits that are already out. They've already sold out once each. Make sure you get over there and get your diamond art kit. If you go to diamondartclub.com, and then once you're there, search paint, hit the space bar, with spacebar, Josh, Paint with Josh, 3 words. And then you'll find my kits over there on diamondartclub.com. Very cool. So you guys got to come up with a title for this one. Let Cosmic know, because then she gets to choose the title of the painting, because she is the purchaser. She's the heir of purchase. Does that make sense? Kind of. Let's see what the old poll says. Yeah, we got 70% no clouds. I agree with you guys. I agree. It's a very soft little blended sky. And it's fantastic. Over here, let's put in the old Paint with Josh birds. You imagine if I talk like Will Arnett all the time? Just imagine Paint with Josh in this voice all the time. Yes, I agree. It would be horrible. Let's get this guy out here. Wipe off the old darkness on the brush. Throw down the old whiteness on the brush. And then we'll sign the sucker right over here. Right in the sand. I'm going to draw my name right in the sand. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? because it's happening. Right over here. Just a small little guy, too. Stay out of the frame. Right, we don't need big props. We got little signatures over here. No signature envy here. Man, I like that. It's like this wave's like crashing over. These ones are about to. These ones are getting sucked back in so the next one can come crash back over. Rolling out onto the sand. The sand, Murray, the sand. Always with the sand. It's fan-sabulous. Or sand-tastic. I don't know. Max says needs a lighthouse. There is one on the point. There's one out there on the point. Ooh, Silent Lucidity. Isn't that the name of a song? Probably the name of a song. All right, let's get over here. Guys, it's like, just put yourself there. Just put yourself there. Twilight House Schwartz. I got it. I'm there. It's a Danielle suggestion coming through for the win over here. Whoop. And this big old monster. I love these canvases. Literally every time I paint on these, I love it. Every second. Number 14 tenor. What are we calling it? Twilight Houses of Twangdugglers and Twingdangles. Is this a Dr. Seuss? Is this a Dr. Seuss? Twilight House Shores. Let's see if we can do this. Twilight. This is like, am I on Wheel of Fortune right now? Twilight House Shires. It's an awesome title. I love it. 7/26 of 2025. And we're all going to go to PaintWithJosh.com because it's the bestest of all sites on the interweb. Excellent titling. Excellent paint job, if I do say so myself. And we got to finish the top up here. A little bit of color down. Blend it and blend it. Thank you, Harley, for whatever you're doing over there. It sounded lovely. I appreciate it. I'm sure my audience liked it. Over there. It's my dog, by the way. Come over here. Pretty positive I just got paint on my shirt. We're not going to focus on that. We're not going to focus on that part. Man. Yep. We did. We did. Just a little bit. It's all good. That's what happens, man. Paint's wet. Don't touch it. Alright. Guyses and galses and painting palses. You guys are awesome. So we started this one at 7:30. Pretty much on the dot. 7:30. Not too bad. Wicked cool little painting. Let's inspect it for hairs. Got one guy out of there. There is one right here. Oh, perfection. Look at that. That guy was trying to sneak a ride onto the painting. But we're not going to let him. You can't be there. Man, that's cool. One more little dink. Get out of there. There we go. Fabulous. It's fabulous, everybody. Can you say fabulous? Because that's what it is. Here, I'll give you a real close-up on our little lighthouse off in the distance. Just, chilling in the sunset. Oof. Man, this canvas is long. Goodness gracious. Really got to put you guys back. There we go. Man, you guys are fun. I don't know why you guys watch me. We're literally like, at least before we started this live, we were 60 followers away from 500,000 followers. So if you're watching and you're not following me already, give me a follow because we're very, very, very close to 500K, man. Can you imagine 500,000 followers? You're like, what? Tell me where you're watching from and 500,000 followers. It's gonna be the new sign in. I've done it now. Honestly, are we honestly over? Because every time I check, it's not there yet. So let's just see. Guys, can you celebrate with me? Oh, it says it. Man, does that not look just so cool? Doesn't that look just so neat? It says 500K, but I knew it. We're 26 away. Look at that. 4999974. So we're 26 away, but it does look damn good to see it say 500K up there. Woo! Man, when you click it says 501. That's awesome. So, shoot! 26 away. It's going to be awesome. London, we got to go get big balloons from like Party City or so. You've nearly done it. From like Party City or something. Guys, hit the share button. Share this out to all your friends. We're like 26 people away from 500,000. Come on. Like, share it to your friends. Like, follow, come watch this guy. Follow him. Just come watch him and follow him just until he gets to 500K. Just come on. Come on. We can get it. We can get it, guys. We're trying to get to 500,000 followers, guys. We're 26 away, roughly. 25, maybe. 26, 25 away. So if you've never followed me before, give me a follow because we're about to hit 500,000 followers. Man, that's a lot of people. Woo, doggy. Shoo, guys. You guys are cool. God, that looks so cool. Looks so much better with 500K versus 499. I don't know why, but for some reason, it's just so much nicer. Oh, man. We're still there. We're 26 away. Still at 974, which is fine. We don't have to reach it. Like, I could literally... We could post the video, and by tomorrow we could reach it, which would be totally fine on its own. Little bits. I'm gonna make it wrap around when you do these big guys for sure. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate you guys. Remember, if you're just joining in just now, we're trying to hit 500,000K during the live show. And we're like 26 people away right now. It's crazy. Don't ask. I've never thought that we'd have so many people that liked what I did. And it blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. Literally blows it away. Unless mine's just not refreshing. Which is possible. It might not be refreshing. Yeah, still shows 974, guys. So, let's do it tomorrow. I did refresh it. It's still showing the same number. So, beyond that, we don't need to hit it today anyway. It's all good. It's all good, guys. Okay, welcome. Thank you for joining. Everyone joining or just getting here, we're almost to 500,000 followers. So, if you don't already follow me, then give me a follow, because we're trying to get there. I don't even have the balloons yet, though, honestly. Like, we should probably wait and try to get those big balloons, and then do, like, a video or something. You know what I mean? Tanisha's here! Check out the sweet seascape we threw down. And we're like 26 followers away from 500K. So... I almost don't even want to be live when we hit 500K. No, I don't. I can show you the numbers. It's right there. It's right there, guys. Let's see. Oh, now we only need 25. We got one. We only need 25 more. I'm not sitting up here for 25 more followers worth of new people coming in. That's a long time. And I've already painted twice tonight. Ah! Guys. When you get it, post a pic. What's your favorite sandwich? Thank you, Crystal. I appreciate it. We did a fun little Oregonian style seascape. Lots of sandiness. Lots of really cool details in our up-close sand. Really neat little things. Let me get you guys down here. There we go. Now we can see them. Hey, just like you're really there. So this one was number 1410. That means that the next shows for tomorrow and, furthering through the weekend are going to be 1411 and 1412 for tomorrow, which is Saturday. And then 1413 and 1414 are going to be on Sunday. And then 1415 and 1416, God, it's hard to say, are going to be on Monday. So, for who's going to get the number 1414? I might have to make that one like really big. Like if you want it, it's going to cost you. No, I'm not like that. I'm not like that. Can you imagine? Can you imagine if Paint with Josh was like that? Never. I was just talking, guys, we found, over on Facebook, we found the guy who purchased Off the Grid, right? Which is the main inspiration for all of the flower paintings we've been doing recently. Those are all recreations of that one painting. So he finally came onto Facebook and said, and posted a picture and was like, I got that original painting. I'm like, I've been looking for you. I was like, that painting is a very special painting because it could possibly one day turn into a diamond art club kit. It's going to be the inside sleeve to every single brush box that we put out. And it holds the distinction of being one of the most, if not the most, expensive painting ever painted live during a show was, I think, that Off the Grid painting. So, crazy that guy has it. I was like, you better can I buy it back from you? Can I get that one back just real quick? I'll buy it back at like half of what I sold it to you for. Oh man, business guys, business. So this one came out amazing. I love you guys. We're gonna get out of here, and we'll come back and do it again tomorrow. For the one, I think it was 1150 or something like that. Now the one, our number 1000 painting was bought during the live show for $1,000, and that one was a little bit more than that. It was a lot previous, many previous paintings prior to 1000. So yeah, it was crazy. I didn't think they were gonna do it, but it was a huge canvas, and it took us like probably 2.5 hours to do the thing, which is long in my painting world. This took 40 minutes, you know what I mean? So 2.5 hours, that's a long time and a lot of paint to slang, but it was very cool. So he's happy about that. Well, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Have the best night, everybody. You guys are all fantastic. I hate how you all leave me right at the end. You guys just, and the numbers just piddle down. So how much have I ever sold a painting for? The most that we ever sold one for? Shoot. Well, I mean, one singular, probably 11 or 1200, something like that. Maybe 13, but it wasn't during a live show, which is why we didn't include it. So, oh, how many followers now? Let's check. Let's check, everybody. But yeah, it was a crazy number, a crazy amount. I tend to not do the, I'm not trying to make all of my month's revenue on 2 paintings. I'm trying to get you guys to get multiple paintings sent out each week, so we have literally everyone in America has a Paint with Josh painting in their house. That's my goal, right? So, oh God, we gotta be close. We gotta be so close now. No, it's still showing 25 away. 25 away. Unless it's waiting to like update until I get off the live. I don't know about that, but paintings are priceless. Thank you, Joyce. I appreciate you. But that's my goal. Like, I want to continue to do art and allow people that may not have thousands of dollars to spend on a painting to get something cool and original and support an artist, as you're doing it. So it's really cool. And you get to name it when you buy them from me. They're really neat. So, it's lots of fun. And we get to watch it get painted live, which is my favorite one. I feel you, Crystal. There are a lot of, if you go on my Etsy site, right, which I don't send people to anymore, there's like really, 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 really inexpensive paintings over there. Like, because I'm trying to get them all off that site. And as soon as all the paintings are gone off that site, then it's only going to be prints and posters that you can find on Etsy. And I'm not even promoting that anymore. Everything goes through PaintWithJosh.com. Etsy is just going to be just another platform out there for me to randomly get, new clients through. It's all comes from you guys going to PaintWithJosh.com. Thank you, Jennifer. The name on Etsy is paintwithjosh.etsy.com. That's the site that you type into your browser, and it will take you over there. And we've got some of the older ones for like $100. Not even kidding, bro. Like some sweet seascapes. Some of the older ones that were some of my favorites that just for whatever reason just never found a home. So, smack the camera. Just never found a home, and I don't know why. They're gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. Do we gotta like shut the app down, open it up again? Let's see. Nope, still showing 25. So maybe it's waiting until we get off the air. But in any case, we can. The brushes are coming out in about 6 weeks, 7 weeks, something like that. 6 or 7 weeks. I just sent in all of the design for the packaging, for the front, the back, the inside, the form fitted. Like, oh, they're so sweet. They're literally going to be form fitted as the brush, so you can pop them out. And after you take out the brush inlay, there's going to be something, an inspirational quote for you to read at the bottom. So don't just dump the brushes out, man. Take the packaging out, because I put a lot of time and effort into designing that packaging. So inspirational quotes. I was going to do boom, 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 and then just put like dash paint with Josh, but I was this close to doing it. I was so close to doing it, but I actually came up with the proper quote. So yes, I'm going to breathe my magic into them. Then everyone will be able to paint awesome clouds after that. Just cock. You guys are crazy. Did I not do that when we did the birds earlier? My fault. So thank you for the crown. Any starter kits for this kind of painting? Absolutely yes. If you go to, now, okay, pay attention. Let me see, here we go. This company right here, right? Meeden, they make my easel, they make paints, brushes, everything. Canvas sheets, like literally sheets of canvas. It's canvas. Ow. It's canvas that you could paint on, right? Little practice sheets. They make all sorts of like little beginner kits where you get all this shit in one big box with a little easel to paint on. They're awesome. So you can go to meedenarts.com and just type in Meeden, look for the Meeden Arts. It should auto-populate, and that's the site. Is that a piece of tape? It is a piece of tape. That's the site that you can go get all these cool things from. They have stuff from, let me talk about smack the camera. They've got stuff from, I don't know, $50, $60 to $80 kits to $150. Everything goes up. So you don't need to get the biggest and the best. You just got to get something to start with. You know what I mean? So thank you. Stop it. My ears will get red. Don't look at my ears, because that's where I blush. But, oh no! London texted me and said the balloons have been purchased. We celebrate tomorrow. Oh Lord. Thank you guys for the gifts. I just love you so much. Just love you so much. Boo-boo! So you got it and you love it. Oh, the Meeden kit. Yeah, those things are sweet. They send them to me to promote around Christmas time. They'll usually send a new one out, and we make a video about it and try to get you guys to get them. I love their colors. I use them a lot for our highlight colors. The crimson I can use in the sky as an undercolor on black canvases. You can brighten it for the little pink flowers and stuff. It's such a versatile color. And then they've got 12, 14 other colors on top of that. So, I have done, right? I don't use just Meeden paints on a canvas, right? We use 4 or 5 different brands of paint, depending on what I have in stock. And the Meeden paints are just for highlights. But saying that, I have used them on a canvas. We did a whole painting with just the Meeden paints, a frozen ice cold blue and red sky. Oh, it's fantastic. I still remember doing it. So you can use them with their paints and their brushes and their stuff, right? You can do the same thing, but they're just a little more liquidy and not as firm and dry, right? Like I always explain it, okay? I'm gonna try one more time. This stuff is very much like icing, right? You know, like you're baking a cake, you go to the store, you get that jar of icing, and then you put it in the fridge, and then as a kid, you go all the time, right? It's really like firm, and there's a lot of body. You can't really very easily spread it versus mayonnaise, right? Which looks like it's got a lot of body in it. If you plop some mayonnaise down, you're like, okay, that's a fair amount of pile, right? But as soon as you push on it, it spreads instantly flat. That's the difference. The acrylic paints are like mayonnaise. The oil paints are like icing. And the more like icing you can get it, the better, right? The more dry and firm and hard the paints are, the better they work for our technique, right? The iconic candle available now. All right. Head over to Glitterwix right here, right? Boom, you got to check out the new site, by the way. Go over to Glitterwix and just type in iconic, right? Because that's my candle. It's the iconic candle. And it'll come up with a whole new page, and you'll see all these cool things that London's been working on. She's done it for all, yeah, canned icing is the best. She's done it for all of the influencer candles that she has over there. Tons of scents, more than 70 scents, more than 300 colors. Glitterwix.com. Follow her right now. Not even kidding. Right as I do that, pin went away. Right as it happened. So, speaking of which, oh, I found another pad. Son of a biscuit. I didn't know I had that. I dig it. So, these are like what the Meeden paints look like. Now, you can see a lot of these are unopened because I only wanted the one color and they sent me the whole set. But these things, you got everything from burnt umber to our yellows, right? What else is in here? Our burnt sienna, so you got your light brown, your dark brown, reds, yellows, greens, white. We usually give you 2 things of white because we go through white the fastest. Plus the black that comes in there, and the other, I think it was the ultramarine blue and maybe the cerulean blue that come in there are the ones that are missing out of here. So we tend to use a lot of them. A lot of times we're using different paint brands, different colors, different brushes, different everything. And even, like I said, each one of these, right? I got Bob Ross colors for the most part, but we're using Winsor & Newton white. The purple is from Gamblin. Some of our crimson is from Gamblin 1980. So all equally perfect brands to use. There's our other 2 blues from the Meeden set. What'd I say? Cerulean and ultramarine. Man, I know my stuff, don't I? Don't I just know my stuff? So the Meeden brands are really neat. I love them. I use them more as highlights nowadays, though, because these other brands are so much like firmer and drier and harder to get out of the tube even, which makes them break better on our mountains and act better when we're doing it. So really cool. And usually, like I said, usually 4 or 5 different brands of paint on every canvas that we use out here, depending on what colors I'm going to use and what I have left. You know what I mean? These are all Bob Ross colors. Yep, all those are Bob Ross colors, all the way up to the green. And then you got the Meeden crimson, and then the dioxazine purple from the Gamblin 1980 set. And then the white is from Winsor & Newton. So it's like, whatever we have, if I needed more red and I didn't have any Bob Ross, I'd use the Meeden red or whatever else, right? It's like whatever you have works. Does Meeden have as many colors as the other paint products? As other brands? You never know, you know what I mean? And everybody has different colors. Some brands, they sell sets of where it's just a base amount, and then you can get more like that. I think Meeden I know they have 24 color, and then they have 48 color sets as well. They're just in much smaller tubes. So, I'm pretty sure, I haven't looked at their site in a long time. I just continually talk excellently about them. Because without this thing right here, this Meeden easel, right, which they send me for frizzles because I talk about it so freaking much. This easel I would marry. You know those people that get crazy and like go marry like a building? It's me and this easel. We're registered at Filene's. So if you want to, get us a gift, honestly, I might marry this easel. It's so awesome. And I do have a coupon code. Thank you for reminding me about it. It's Josh10. And you get an extra 10% off of whatever you get over there. And by using that coupon code, it lets them know that I brought you to the site, right? So, yeah, beyond that, I love you guys. You guys are fantastic. Josh10. It doesn't all have to be capitals. I don't think, anyway. Maybe just a capital J. Maybe no capitals at all. Maybe all capitals. I don't know, guys. So we'll see you later, Tanisha. I hope you have a good night over there. It's late for you. What are you still doing up? Oh, it's Friday, I guess. Friday. It's my Tuesday, and it's everyone else's Friday. I'm like, I'm waking up. I'm like, oh, man, this ass. Gotta work tonight. It's Tuesday. And I'm like, oh, it's Friday. Oh, what else do we have to do today? Okay. Done stretching. I know. It's 11:30 over there. What are you doing awake? Watching more, what's that show again? Yukon Gold? I gotta get into that. I was this close to buying it on Amazon Prime or whatever it was. That close to buying it. Because you guys got me hooked on that show, seriously. Watching me, thank you. You guys got me hooked on that show, and I was like, it was like $25, so I should have done it. It was connected to London's card, too. I totally should have done it. I didn't, but I should have. In any case, hey, Kenzie, the jerk. Thanks for showing back up, Kens. Love ya. You know what? I'm going to give you a follow, Kenzie. Let's see. Oh, that hurts. She's not following me first. Ouch. Kens. No follow back, I guess. Goodness gracious. Hang on, let me give her a second now that she's... Oh, there it came in. Hey, Kens, I'm going to give you a follow back because you're so awesome. Thank you for coming back and being here and hanging out and coming back for the second show. So, luckily, I'm just about to get out of here. Look at these little red and yellow bits in the sand, you guys. You see them? The closer you get, the more you see those little red bits. Oh, the little yellow splotches. Oh, it's fantastic. Ow! All right. The mayor of Kingstown. Is it about guys finding gold and like dropping giant nuggets back into the river and getting yelled at? Because that was like my favorite part of that whole show. I swear I did, says Kenzie. All right. So, yeah, love you guys. I'm going to get out of here. And no, then I'm not watching it. No, I'm going to get out of here. And I think we're going to go take the dogs on a walk, and me and Lennon and Ivani go walk around the neighborhood and be yentas, talk about stuff, and gossip. It's going to be fantastic. So, have I ever had paint lessons? No, Joyce. Not once. I've taught at least 20, 30 paint lessons. Never taken one. Never been to a wine and paint. I didn't do anything. When I first started, it was right around COVID, and nobody was offering classes then. And it was just me and Bob, and I had the paints and the brushes, and I was like, all right, see what he does, and try to do that. And the first one didn't come out too bad. And then, 5 and a quarter years later, now we're going crazy with the amount of followers we have over on Instagram. The amount of followers we're about to have over here. It says I got 3 new, but then it stays at the same thing. How ridiculous is that? It's insane. I never thought once in my life that we'd have so many people watch and have such a reach. Still saying 975. 975. Even though we just got 3 new ones. We got to let it adjust once we get off the live. We'll figure it out. The Tanisha tree. You know I love your trees. Plop one right down here. It wouldn't make any sense, but I could still do it. It's my painting. Well, I guess it's Cosmic's painting. She already got it. Cosmic, we're painting a tree. No, I'm just kidding. But, must I? I don't know. We'll figure it out by the time we get off. But yeah, London's got the balloons ordered, I guess. So we'll have to make some video tomorrow. And I'm already trying to come up with ideas for it. So, Oh, my nemesis, don't mention those. There's no palms out on the Oregon coast. Nope, I've checked. There's not out there. I looked. I was like, yes, okay, we can live here. There's no palm trees. Perfect. Now I can paint the beach with no palms and call it an Oregon Coast Seascape. No palms. It's fantastic. All right. No, seriously, I love you guys. I got to get out of here. And she did get it before the show, so there is no wheel. And Cosmic has said anyway that unless we add something new to the wheel, she has 1 or 2 of everything that's already on there. So she forgoes the wheel. And I very much appreciate that. But beyond that, it's signed, it's birded up. So you guys are going to have an awesome night. I'm going to have an awesome night. I can't wait to come back and do it again tomorrow at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern. So grab your dinner. Settle down on the couch, turn on your phone at 8 p.m. Eastern, tune into TikTok, and just see the most amazingest thing be painted right in front of your very eyes, right? It's just fantastic. So, love you guys. Can't wait to come back and do it again tomorrow. And until I see you guys again next time, hit the button, Josh. There we go. Until I see you guys again next time, take care. Have the rest of a good day, and blah, pow.